Okay, we are back, and in this beautiful, illustrious dealership here, I'm joined by Eric Dobson of DTM Powersports. This is the second time coming down to the dealership. Over my shoulder are all of the street bikes, and street bikes galore, really. It looks like there's tons more bikes in here since the last time I came around. We're sitting up here on the second floor where all the dirt bikes are. We got orange, we got some white ones, some red ones, some green, blue, which leads me to my next point. I wanted to let Eric come on here and tell you why we're joining up together again. You know, anytime that this guy and I are together around a round table, something special is about to be announced. So, Eric, without further ado, man, I'll let you take it away.
Thanks, Luke. We do have some big news here for DTM Powersports. But before I even get into that, I think Luke has some bigger news that he's going to want to share with everybody.
Yeah. So if you guys haven't heard yet, if you've been living under a rock, my wife and I are having triplets. We're having 3 little boys. We're adding to the race team here. So we're turning TOR into a daycare here, slowly but surely. So thank you. I appreciate you mentioning that. Yeah, it's going to be a wild ride, man.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we couldn't be any more excited. It's I don't want to say it's a dream come true, but you know, I feel like we were made to do this.
That's
we were
great.
built for this.
That's great. So the news here at DTM Powersports is that we have just recently picked up another manufacturer, and it is BRP.
Okay.
So DTM Powersports is going to be selling Can-Am, side-by-sides, ATVs, 3-wheel, dirt or on-road units, and Sea-Doo personal watercraft.
Wow, yeah, so another brand coming in here to hit the streets and the shelves, really, in the dealership floor. So from the top down, again, they're one of those brands that have pretty much their finger in on every part of the motorsports and power sports industry.
They do, yeah. Tegan, in fact, why don't you hand me a couple of those hats that we have over there?
Cool, what do we got here?
Yeah.
Sweet, check it out. Can-Am,
Yeah,
little BRP action. Going to be having to rip those around here.
Right, so it's going to be utility vehicles, sports side-by-sides, ATVs for work and some fun out there.
Yeah, no doubt. I know they're like the leaders in the side-by-side industry. Some of the technology they come out with, they're just always pushing the limits with everything.
Definitely great. And the watercraft, definitely. Sea-Doo is definitely a top name in watercraft.
Without a doubt.
We're going to have them over here for our customers. And
how about this? We were chatting about snowmobiles earlier. You guys going to bring any of those down here on this?
It's
tough sell in this region,
but it's a tough sell. You know, if we were a little bit further north, definitely Ski-Doo would be an option.
For sure.
But here in South Jersey, with once a year or twice a year snowfalls,
we're
going to skip Ski-Doo for now.
They call that geographic relativity, folks. We sell water sports here, not winter sports. So when you're down close to the shore, you got to be selling those wave runners and the jet skis. So there's going to be a whole lineup of those coming in here pretty soon?
Yeah, we're excited. We're probably 2 weeks away from getting them here on the floor. We have plans for an addition going on for a new shop.
Sweet, man. This place is constantly growing, huh?
Yeah, the existing shop is going to be showroom. We'll be going into the township for all those approvals here in the next few months.
Of course, you got to.
Yeah,
do things the right way.
We're excited. Again, any of these tour racers, anybody part of tour, come on down here. We got some great deals for you, not just on the 2-wheel stuff, but the
get you outfitted for everything.
Too.
Yeah, yep.
And,
you're out
and
there.
Some ocean riders too.
Exactly. I was just about to say, I know Tegan likes to get his feet wet. You know, no pun intended, their feet wet there at the jet skis and everything. I know Todd has one of those things, and they're super popular, of course, with our sport. With everybody looking to do something, you know, if they're not on the dirt bike, they want to get their adrenaline rush somewhere else. So come on down here. Obviously, DTM will get you guys hooked up for anything you can imagine. And then when it's time to work, you mentioned the utility units and everything. Can-Am's got some pretty stout units for that as well.
They do. Open cab, closed cab, heated, air conditioning, whatever you need.
It's incredible how spoiled people have become. You know, I like to consider a world back before side-by-sides where people were still buying 4-wheelers and 3-wheelers and dirt bikes are a little bit more popular, but I am a sucker for a heated cab side-by-side. You know, it's
you know, you think about how far the industry has come. When the biggest work unit years ago was the Honda Big Red with the little rack, the little rack above the front wheel there, and that's what you used to carry around everything with.
Yep.
Now I think we're pretty much spoiled.
Hey, it's a generational thing too. You know, I feel like more. You know, obviously moving with the times and everything, and you got to sell what's hot and what people are interested in. It seems like the side-by-side market is just exploding.
It is, especially the UTV market. And this area here calls for it. You know, it's a very rural area, so we have a lot of farmettes out there and ranchers and farmers out there.
Plenty of good reason for it. Yeah.
So we sell a lot of them, but also the side-by-sides for people who are looking to go a little faster. The turbo and the supercharged units.
Get a little boost in there for sure. Yeah, that's cool, man. Very cool.
Yeah, but we're also excited again to be, TOR's title sponsor again for this coming season. We're looking forward to it. I don't think it comes soon enough for everyone.
Oh, dude, you're telling me, man. It's I'm sitting here chomping at the bit. It's going to be the weird transition with the kids coming and with race season kicking off and everything. They're going to be scheduled to come like right in the like the early part there, sometime in May. We're looking at the kids coming, but I'm like being pulled in so many different directions right now. You know, racing and the banquet's coming up, so we're working really hard on that. And then of course my wife and I are just slammed with stuff with the kids, appointments every 2 weeks, and obviously that's my main attention, and you know, my main focus is on her and the kids, but TOR is second to that. And
speaking of the banquet, you know, we're looking for, we'll be there as well, but Tegan brought down the sneak
peek
here
check it out. We'll have to have you pop up and show the background
there you go.
Yeah, check it out. What do we got here? These are going to be selling like hotcakes here, thanks to JS Designs, our buddy Jared Stoner. The hats we had last year for the TOR's banquet were a huge hit. And then check this out again on the back. That is your 6-pack of spark plugs out of a TOR's banquet case. Pretty cool stuff right here. I don't know how we keep coming up with all this merchandise. People think we're in the racing industry. I think we are in the merchandising and gear industry, if I didn't know any better, you know. It is, it's all part of it though, and that's what keeps people coming back. We got some awesome swag, and you guys will be able to get your hands on this stuff at the banquet in a week from now, or just a little bit less than a week. Is that this weekend? Am I losing my brain? A week, okay, yeah. So not this weekend, but the following week, depending on what time I get this posted. I'll hopefully have this up and out by this Friday, so give me a couple days here, and then get everybody hyped up for the banquet. You know, they can expect to see you guys there as well, right?
We will. Samuel will be there representing DTM Powersports with some giveaways for some TOR racers.
Sweet. You guys will have a tent up and maybe some bikes or some units or something, maybe?
Yeah,
some
gear. We'll have some representation there.
Sweet. Yeah. Sweet. Yeah, everybody will be looking out for you, and trying to push it at the races as much as I can. This will give me another chance to put your name out there, but I'm always love to give everybody a shout out. You know, I love giving felt, and it's good to have representation on the track. You know what I mean? If you're going to talk about it, you better be about it.
Right.
And having Felton out there is great, you know, so it gives me another chance to talk about it.
I
heard, he got booted up, you know. Hey, no more sandbagging, Felton. The guys are all watching you now, man. But
he'll be on with you in a little bit. We've got Mike Lafferty down there as well.
Yeah, Mike, we'll have Felton. Those guys pop on here in a second. So yeah, I'll leave it up to you one last time, Ari. Is there anything else you want to leave us with before we bring the rest of the crew on?
We look forward to BRP. This is really going to complete our dealership with another major manufacturer in here.
For sure, pretty cool.
You know, they've been looking. We've been after BRP for a couple years now, and it has taken all this time to finally get that deal closed in, and we're more than excited. And we're super excited to announce it here on the podcast with you today.
I appreciate it, man. It makes me feel special too that you want to you look to me to share all this news. I feel like sometimes I'm just a small fish out here, but when you guys are asking me to deliver this news, it makes me feel like a big guy out here. You know, a tough guy. You know, big shot.
Congratulations again.
Yeah, appreciate it, Aaron. Yeah, man. Thank you so much, and we will see you soon. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Cool. Make sure we're still connected here. We're good to go. You got yours up on the front there. I am joined by none other than 8-time right here, Mike Lafferty, Enduro champ and local South Jersey extraordinaire. Mike, what's up, man?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good, dude. This is always a good time when I get to sit down and talk dirt bikes with you. You have obviously more knowledge about these things than most people do. And right now we're looking at a couple of badass blue and green units right here, new to you and new to me, and I want to hear all about them. Tell us what we're looking at.
Holy smokes. Yeah, to back it up a little bit, it was actually the end of last year. I'll shorten this up as much as I can. A buddy of mine, Steve Levain from Missouri, has been with Sherco for like 6 years. He actually was in an event in New Hampshire, and on the way home, he was going to swing by. He wanted to race one of Tegan's tour races, the one in Franklinville. He stayed at the house, and we just got talking. I still had a bum knee from when I got it replaced.
Yep.
So we sat there, and we just talking about stuff, and we ended up talking for most of the night, actually, because I haven't seen Steve in a while, so he's a good friend of mine. And we just got talking, and he's talking about the new importer that's in Arkansas, just basically all the ins and outs and everything. And I'm like, so, for me, like, what's the deal with them? He's like, dude, they're really good bikes. And of course, we got out in his van, we're looking things over, and I'm just talking about it. And it was just talking. It was basically just talking about stuff and talking about the bikes and all the new stuff and everything, and about what it takes to become a dealer, and just how the easiness of it, and how simple it was. And it went for another week or so, and we talked again about some stuff. And I started looking online about them, and then the national sales manager is Keith Overmeyer, which I've known forever, and we actually got talking, and I mentioned about riding one, and he's like, man, I'd love for you to try one sometime. And I said, yeah, I've been looking at them. He said, what's the problem?
So prior to that, you really hadn't ridden any other colors, right?
Never ridden anything. And yeah, it was a 10-minute conversation with Keith. And he's like, hey, what do you think? And I was like, yeah, I'll try one. And he goes, what are you thinking? I said, I don't know, between a 300 4-stroke and a 2-stroke. He's like, I'll send you both.
Yeah.
So I didn't even, I didn't
even argue
with him.
I
didn't argue. And then the next day we were sending me stuff with emails about bikes getting shipped. And I was telling the guys earlier, I was like, oh man, what did I just get myself into? And I I just know what's going on with the future with KTM as far as, like linkage and PDS and stuff like that or whatever. And I'm like, you know what? I'll try one. And I did. I jumped on them super early. I took them all apart for about a week. I just went through everything, went through the linkage, just some of the stuff I've always seen in the past with working on them. And I didn't see anything. And Steve was right. Like they were pretty solid. That's how I kind of started.
Seems pretty stout right out of the box. I know they like to advertise after doing a little research as kind of much like KTM being branded as race ready, and they come with a lot of trick factory parts, some titanium, some really nice stuff. Anything notable right out of the box that you like that they come with?
I was really shocked with the way the bike isn't linkage wise. Suspension, the suspension KYB forks are amazing. I was blown away about how good the fork was when it got real choppy, and with the linkage, it doesn't feel like whenever I get on my experience being PDS my whole life and then get into a linkage bike like a KTM, it just feels long. It feels really long. It's hard to turn, and I just don't feel comfortable at all. So with this, it didn't have that. It had the same feel of it was real because of the wheelbase and the trail on these are a little bit different than a KTM. So single track trail, the thing's amazing. Like it turns and it doesn't feel heavy. Not that everything else was, it just feels super light in the front end. And I love the suspension. That's my first thing right out of the gate. And I kept them stock for a good couple of weeks. I didn't do anything to them, poured gas in them, and I wanted stock tires. I wanted everything original.
That's cool. Yeah, that's definitely rare for you too. Like something really fun to just test on something that is just so fresh for you.
Snuck out to my pit, got a hold of my brother, and a couple other local people that I knew that knew me and knew the bikes, and we kept them that way. I still brought my KTM with me, and I just tried them out just to really, just throw it through the paces.
So right off the bat, you get anybody jumping ship on the orange bikes?
Not yet.
Follow you around?
Yeah, my brother's big. He's a big fan of the 300 2-stroke.
Yeah,
and,
I'm aware of that.
He's all about it.
Slamming that thing into the first turn.
Oh yeah. So he's he's on. But the other thing is too, there's still a little bit. There's been in the past, there's been some issues as far as the racers and the riders, and just a different perspective on Sherco that as it was in the past that we just gotta kind of get fixed up. The part situation is a lot better. Mm-hmm. It's a lot better than I anticipated. The bikes, like I say, is really good. So we just got to change a little things here and there.
Stigma. The new brands always have a little bit of I don't know, just because it's new, and that's the nature of the beast when something is new. You get that stigma of uncertainty, unfamiliarity. People don't like new things. You know, they like what they're familiar with.
Yep, and that's for me. I'm all about. I want to try it out. Like I want to put it through the paces. I want to race it. I want to ride it. I want to take it through everything.
Hell yeah!
And
who better to do it too? What an awesome representative for Sherco.
Yeah, so many times. So we do want to get into demos. We'll mention that too. Like I'm not sure how far away we can do it with some new models that are coming.
Sure.
Maybe at a tour race. I know like Pennsylvania National is always a good one for us.
Sure.
Or used to be.
Yep.
And so we're gonna do some demos and my bikes too. Like even if I'm around, blow this up too much, but somebody wants to try one, they're more than welcome.
Sure.
We always line that up and do an event or do a trail ride or do a dual sport, and somebody wants to switch out, you can always do that.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, I know you're more you're super giving, and people don't know that you'd be so generous, to come right up and hey, let me sit on your motorcycle real quick. But
that's
go for it.
Yeah, we're gonna
help the brand. You're gonna grow the sport, all that stuff.
We're gonna have some on display, and they want to blow it up. They know how good the series is now. They that
was my next question.
Yeah, Steve came, and that's why he came and rode one, because I've talked about him forever, and he's like, how are you getting 900 people showing up at these events? Because Steve puts on events too.
He's aware.
He wanted to see what it was all about. He raced it. He's just like, what is going on? So they know how strong it is in the Northeast, and that's why they were cool with me doing that and promoting that, especially with and then the collaboration with DTM. So that's the next part too.
Getting local support
to get in with that, and that's where we had I came here and had a conversation, and we got into it and started talking about it. And I think we had a conversation here like on a Wednesday. I think they signed the the dealer agreement that afternoon, and the following Tuesday they had bikes at the dealership.
That's incredible.
So that was the cool part, yeah.
So it sounds like national support or whoever, Sherco USA, I guess is the right term, or people to say who are really putting things in motion and really trying to get these models out on the track and trail.
The local thing, I mean, they'll do something later on, I'm sure. The big plan, or maybe 3 to 5 years, to have some type of racing going on. But they realize too, like the local side of things, the locals. Like I went to an Arkansas banquet last weekend, met Jim Bob, the importer, met everybody. That series, the local top 2 kids were on Shercos.
No way.
He hooked those guys up, and the bikes are proven on that side. It's just got to make its way into other things too.
For sure.
So that's what we're gonna just try and pump it up. It feels like it's KTM 25 years ago.
Yeah.
There's newness of it. The
detail, ultra trick parts.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm excited about it. It's gonna be fun.
Cool, man. Well, I'm excited to see where this journey takes you, but also I'm always being selfish. I want to see where it takes TOR, see how we can get involved here with Sherco. It's ironic that these bikes almost look like they were meant to be on the TOR line here with the blue and the neon here. It's or bikes after my own heart, or however you want to put it, because I love them. I think they look badass, the blue and the green. And I, as I'm getting older here, I am looking for something with a license plate sooner or later. So
you might be able to fill that.
Yeah.
Fill that need.
Yeah. They got to start making some youth bikes, maybe some mini ones, because I am a brand whore. I'm gonna have a garage full of them, and Dad's gonna have a matching bike just like the kids.
And I can say there is right now there's only the SE models.
Yeah.
And there is stuff coming along the lines, which I seen or talked about, was like the next 3 to 4 years is going to be a bunch more ranges, cross country bikes, and then there's stuff down the pipeline that got me excited too. So
right on, man.
It's coming.
I appreciate you taking some more time out of your day, stopping down here at DTM and pushing these Shercos and staying involved with TOR. And we're going to see you at the banquet this year. We missed you last year. Sweet.
Yeah,
cool.
I'll be there for sure.
Cool.
Yep,
cool. Well, I know we'll have a good time then, and it's only right around the corner. And I'm sure we are going to be seeing a lot of, is it blue and green or blue and yellow?
Blue and yellow.
Blue and yellow. We're going to be seeing a lot of blue and yellow on the starting line this year at Temple Off-Road. I'm sure of it. So appreciate you giving us some insight on the bikes, man.
Thanks for having me, guys.
No doubt. Talk to you later, bro.
All right. Third? Second?
Third.
Third? Okay.
That was CVET?
Yeah.
Yeah, big BVET guy now.
Those are the two, dude, they're brutal. They're so like competitive, like sandbag, but also just like there's 35 guys every weekend, man. It's crazy.
I will say the top 5 in CVET, there wasn't a sandbagger in sight because everybody was going for each other.
Yeah, of course. Everyone, every weekend, everybody knew who it was. Yeah, new guy on the line, looking at him. Yes, you've been watching long enough, for sure. Man.
Interesting.
All right, well, let's get into it, boys. Sitting here with Tegan and Felton Goodwin. Felton, great to see you again, dude. You and I have just gotten friendly over the past couple years here, racing tours, seeing you and your family, your dad, your girl, everybody out at the races and everything. I love that. It's funny. They're always, keeping me honest out there in the extreme section. So shout out to your pop. It's always good fun having some people out there who you see week to week, and they can, talk about, because I'm seeing it, they're seeing it. It's fun to talk about what's going on out there. It's great to have the regulars. So thank you and shout out to them.
They love talking with you, trust me.
Yeah.
They absolutely love it.
Bring it on, man. It goes for everybody. Don't be shy. I love chatting with people at the races. You see me in the pits or hanging around registration, whatever. Don't be afraid to get in my ear. And also, that is how I get a lot of these little anecdotes, these little tidbits of information. You were riding your girl's bike. I didn't know that until somebody told me. You know what I mean? So it's fun when I get information from the peanut gallery that I can then use in interviews and when I'm on the mic. So yeah, man, keep it coming. And you've been with DTM for a little while now, man. How long you been here?
So actually, it's now been right around a year that I've been working here at DTM Powersports.
That's fine, because that's why I was just chatting with Eric, trying to figure out. I was like, I can't remember when I was in here last year for that first podcast, but you were here for that. So yeah, it's been at least a year then, man.
Yep,
crazy.
Last year when I started.
And you're primarily in what department here?
Sales. So
Okay.
You'll be dealing with me for anything you want in terms of a new KTM, gas, Sherco, and of course a couple new things that we got coming out.
Sweet.
Here. So I can definitely get you set up right.
What are you keeping your eye on, being a racer yourself? Anything you're moving on to this year?
So thankfully I get to eyeball that 26 250 SXF over there.
Yeah, every day, huh?
every
Just
day.
staring at you. Dude, it's got to be killing you.
I keep upstairs very clean.
Yeah.
Maybe even a 350. I'm up in the air though. So
Okay.
I don't know just yet.
Okay, so you're looking KTM though?
KTM and that 300.
Yeah,
see back there.
yeah.
I'm really
Staring at you
the
too,
details.
man. Yeah, it's sweet. That's what I was just saying. We parked up here a second ago. I was looking at some of the nuts and bolts on it. Just looks like such a trick motorcycle, you know. Like Mike said, it was like KTM of 20 years ago when, you know, you parked a KTM next to your Honda and you were just like, mind blown. I remember Tegan was like one of the only people I knew that had a KTM. You know, it was like 15, 20 years ago when they really started to take that stronghold. And it was like, oh, yo, Tegan's got a KTM. That's sick, you know?
One person.
Exactly, yeah. So that's what I'm thinking with these Shercos, man. It's probably going to be, Mike's going to set them on fire, I think, and we're going to see them all over the the pits at TOR and on the starting line. So only a matter of time, man. What class you racing this year?
So I got evicted.
Yeah, he got bumped, huh? Yeah, you got to take it up with this guy, right?
Big man kicked me out. So BVAT, I'll be coming for those guys that have some friendly competitions.
Yeah,
You
dude.
weren't the only one. There's a couple that got
Yeah, hey, it's about time.
Weren't too happy
Yeah, we
either.
gotta break you guys
It's
up.
time.
I would be the class that I'd be part of too. Would be the that CVET class, or I'm 32 now, and or BVET you're moving on to. So yeah, it's pretty gnarly when you get into those 30 not even 30 plus the age group, but it's usually 30 plus guys on the line too for those classes.
They're definitely some of the biggest lines out there. It's crazy. I think this format's dragging all the retirees back out and back into it. 30 minutes a little easier.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's funny how that is starting to be the the more we stand around here with TOR and guys get more familiar. Some of the old heads that have been racing a long time think, you know what, 30 minutes doesn't sound so bad. Yeah. That's definitely a trend for sure. I definitely noticed that at the races.
I always say it's the working man's format. You know,
yeah.
You're putting in 40, 50 hours at work. You don't have to be Lance Armstrong out there.
Nope.
Everybody can get out there.
Nope.
Absolutely.
Love it.
Moto down for 30.
So tell us real quick, anything else we got back here in the showroom? Any new units? Any promos you want to mention while I got you, bro?
Well, I'll take advantage of us doing the TOR podcast to announce that we do have some new discounts we're going to be doing for the TOR racers this year. I will announce that at a later time, so make sure these guys stay plugged in.
You got to stay following, yeah.
Following.
And of course, we're missing BBI with the FYI. The followers are going to be pissed, man. They were looking forward to him getting on.
I think Diesel made a comment.
Yeah. He's a celebrity. Dude, he is. That's what keeps people engaged. Though you got to have a guy like him around here getting the guys in the door. Oh man, yeah, it's a shame we missed him here today.
Fun to have around.
Definitely a good dude to have around. So Tegan, tell us real quick, man. Art mentioned it earlier that DTM is going to be back on board for the sponsorship this year, title sponsor.
Very excited to have him not just back on board for this year, but a two-year deal. So the next 2 years, we're getting comfy.
Taken care of. Yeah, me too. I'll come down, bring it down another podcast every year.
We love it here.
Seriously.
Hopefully that's beyond the 2 years.
Yeah, right in our backyard here, the TOR backyard.
Most of our riders are right in this area, so it works out great for us.
Yeah, says a lot to have a great dealership back in the locals, and without that kind of support, it's like there's a difference between industry support and like local grassroots dealership support, because
very family based.
Exactly,
the whole family.
It's
working.
Yep.
Reminds us of my dad's trucking business, and even TOR's one big family.
Yep, it's families. It's more. It's not just a corporate sponsor giving us a bunch of money or something. It's you coming out, talking about it, and being about it. I preach accountability at the track every weekend, man. Yeah, you're not gonna be sitting up here. I wouldn't trust a salesman who isn't out there racing and doing the same kind of stuff I am every weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like that's. The proof is in the pudding, dude.
On Sunday.
Exactly. The proof is in the pudding right there. So it's pretty cool to have so much involvement. Mike being in here, he's a local dude, but the list is from top to bottom with everybody. So it's just great to have 2 years. I didn't know that, So I hope that means we better be putting races on for another 2 years, I guess, right? Jeez, damn. Now the pressure's on for us, I guess, huh?
Oh, absolutely.
Too funny. Anything else new with that while we're mentioning it? We got DTM coming back on. Anything fresh with banquet stuff or locations maybe? Anything you want to tease for the season?
2 new locations. I know, of course, Maple Grove. I know ECA is going there as well, but it's a big parcel of land there, so we'll have 2 separate things, so we're not stepping on each other's toes.
Very cool. Very cool.
We got that. Unfortunately, no Eagles Nest this year. I think that's it I'm trying to think off the top of my head I think that's it. Just one new one this year.
Okay.
Yep. And so it should be a good year. One less race this year, but I think everybody needs their summertime off. I noticed a lot of people, everybody's got to get to the beach, maybe try out some of those new watercraft.
Yeah, have to get a new Sea-Doo. Hell yeah.
But so the schedule's locked in, ready to go. The banquet, same thing, back at Kalahari. Should be good.
Cool.
Bring your bathing suit. The water park's always a good time. And I think that's.
Any banquet reminders? Anything people should be aware of? Kalahari? Anything in particular? You got your tickets. You got a room booked. Yeah, you ain't getting in.
Out now,
yeah.
We're pretty much locked in. We will, if you're late to the game and you want to come in, you can still buy a ticket at the door. It just might not be food included, unfortunately.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, it's you snooze, you lose type of thing, and people might be confused about that, but this is a massive work in progress here. We have to give a head count for food and make sure that stuff's all taken care of. So it's not as simple as just showing up and thinking that you can get a meal ticket. So we're trying to be accommodating, like you said, but it is tough when everything is, got deadlines and stuff to meet.
Yep, absolutely.
Cool. Yeah, the banquet book, got that all dialed in. I think everybody's going to be pretty happy with it. It's going to be very similar to last year. Had some help from Tynan this year. We got some sweet pictures of everybody, try to include as many folks as possible. We got all the sponsors. We got some new sponsors that you guys are going to be introduced to for the coming season. Some pretty cool stuff in there in the works. And also something that I think I don't know if you're prepared to elaborate more on this, but I've been getting a lot of people asking about some of the teams and stuff that are starting to emerge out there. I know it's not your team, but you're definitely aware of some of this stuff going on. Do you know any more about the teams that are forming out there?
Well, I know DTM's going to be having a team of their own here.
Oh, wow, sick.
I know you got Stoner on there, you got Justin Lafferty.
Oh, badass. I didn't hear.
I think you're on the team. You a team guy?
I somehow did get.
Yeah, you're in your stripes, dude. Sick.
You got a team captain, even better.
Hell yeah.
Is there any other guys on your team? I don't know.
We are still actually taking applications.
Okay, very cool.
So if you are looking for a new ride, hit us up.
Yeah. My dad and sister they're starting a team as well.
Got it.
Trucking company, FMF Reynolds.
Got it. Okay. Got it.
They're going to be a team. I know they have, I think, 7 riders.
Wow.
Some pros, some pro girls, some amateurs, and some youth as well.
So trying to spread the love a little bit.
Yeah. I think we are going to work on something. We've been pretty busy with the banquet. I know it's getting down to crunch time. This is kind of like an afterthought. It was one of those things we got done at the end of the year, and what can we do to improve TOR? And there's 2 things. One thing is a guy we're going to hire. I'll save that for him. I don't want to, let the cat out of the bag yet.
Okay.
But the other thing was, we want a pro row. You go to the Nationals, you got that nice pro row. You got all the factory teams and stuff like that. We obviously don't have factory teams.
Yeah.
But we could have satellite teams.
Exactly. Support.
Dealer teams like this. So it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, the more people like this get involved. I didn't know you guys were throwing your hat in the ring there.
Yeah,
It'll, might push some of these other, your competitors, some of your other local dealers that might want to be repped out there, which, again, it's just good for the sport all around,
Absolutely.
Yep. And, gives everybody something to strive for, get on one of these teams.
Yeah.
Something to look up to. I know as a kid, I was always,
you picked up a few of those. It's definitely sick to think that we can start to foster that environment. That we have a place for teams to put to come and do that kind of thing. So it is I don't know to try to break it down for like the layman, but when we're saying teams, we're basically everyone's going to probably do their own thing, but like from what I'm hearing from the FMF rental team and what I gather probably from DTM, not to put words in anybody's mouth, but it's like things like maybe a set of gear, or you're going to get a parts discount, or you're going to get connected with companies that are going to then give you discounts and stuff like that. So it's all going to be under the team name. The teams might have some sponsors, and you might have some like the Rocky Mountain Cash, something like that you get to spend at the dealership, whatever it might be. But that's the gist of these teams, is what I'm hearing. They're getting some industry sports, putting their applications out as a team rather than an individual who has to go and work really hard to get a bunch of sponsors. Hop on one of these teams that are starting to form and get some discounts.
Yeah, just like up north, the J-Days, I was up there for a year, raced. I got on that precision off-road team.
Yep.
Just
for
like
sure.
that, very similar. It's not a factory ride, but it helps everybody out on the team. And,
for sure.
And like you said, grows the sport. And but as far as through TOR, I think we're gonna try and have some requirements to it. We haven't nailed those down.
Sure.
quite yet, but definitely want to get the girls involved. Definitely want to get some kids involved. And, we also want obviously the pros. If you're going to be on the pro road, you're going to have some pros
for sure.
We're going to have to square all that down, and that might come with some preferred parking. So
so it's not just going to be like a random thing teamed together. You're going to get something from Temple Off-Road. If you are a recognized and like quote unquote registered team for the season, you're going to have a reserved parking spot, something like that, right? Which is going to be like pro pits basically, right? Up by registration or the starting line, whichever is most convenient.
Something to throw a big tent up with, whatever your team name
exactly.
is.
And, promote whoever you want.
You don't have to create a team. You find a business out there that can back you, like FMF. And, gets everybody involved.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, the big thing for any this sponsors, industry people out there, it doesn't have to be FMF or KTM or whoever it comes to mind. We think dirt bikes. It could be Mike's landscaping or something like that. If Mike wants to throw in $250 for the season, well, that's 3 or 4 riders' entry fees right there on the team for the year, and Mike gets his his name on the graphics company, gets on the banner, the tent, whatever. So just trying to give you guys some idea. Anybody can get involved with this type of thing, and it's all going to be for the better of the sport.
Yeah, really hoping this grows. We got 2 solid teams right here. Sounds like already. Seriously, let the BS and the bench racing start, because it's going to be only a matter of time before you guys are banging bars, man.
Oh, dude, I can't wait.
It's going to be cool.
Man, I'm pumped. Yeah, we got all good stuff in the works here, and I'm pumped again to be back here at DTM and working with you guys and hanging out. And anytime you get to sit around a dealership and just look at all this merchandise all day, dude, I ain't complaining.
That's funny.
I get to cheat it.
I was standing over here watching you guys work, and I'm like, man, this is
just zoning out. Awesome. It's so cool, dude.
Being in this environment.
Dirt bikes all day, every day. Motorcycles, man. Yeah, it's so cool, so cool. So, all right, well, I'll let you guys go, man. That's gonna be the end of it, and get this posted up, and we'll see you guys all at the races. Or before that, we'll see you at the banquet.
You're going to be doing some podcast stuff. I know you guys did some interviews with people last year.
I think I'm going to bring the setup, and just like this right now, I think maybe what I'll do is I had a bench last year, like it was a picnic table or something, but I think it'll be cool if I maybe just have maybe instead of doing a podcast, if I have like step right up for your interview or whatever, and do something like that, and I'll have like the podium mic right there, and we can, just like we have the camera here, you step right up, we'll record it, and then I'll post all those, after the banquet. I think that'd be pretty fun, I was working on it. Yeah, it's tough. I gotta step my game up. I know I do what I can with the posting and everything, man. I should be doing more of it, but it's I'm really, really good at capturing the content, but then when it comes time to edit and disperse it, I'm really bad at that part of it. So it's tough, man. It's a catch-22. Like, my phone is chock full of videos and good stuff, but the world might not ever get to see that stuff. Exactly. Yeah.
Well, what I was hitting at earlier might be able to help you out with that. So
okay. Very interesting. Little teaser there. Cool.
A couple teasers.
Yeah, we did, man. This was a good day. It was a good day, dude.
Can't give everything.
Cool. All right. Well, let's shut her down, man, and we'll catch you guys at the banquet. Peace. See ya.